Hey, buddy, watch this.
Hello, Regis Gilbert is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and it's time for another Decksperiment. This time around, we're going to be trying out Spiteful Warlock, because we got some new 8-mana spells in Warlock to replace things like Twisting Nether, which might just work better in, that sort of aggressive to mid-range, spiteful style. That said, let's go ahead and jump into the deck creation process for this deck right now. So guys, Spiteful Warlock. We are going to make a new Spiteful Warlock list. I've run a deck, a successful Spiteful Warlock in the past. I think we even played it like Legend one time. Maybe not, but we played it pretty high level. And it's because 8 drops are pretty good for Spiteful. They're not as good as 10 drops, but they're not as bad as 7 or 9 drops. There are a lot of good 8 drop minions. Don't look at the screen right now when I say that. Like, is there a way for me to don't guys don't look at these cards. It's somewhat ironic. The 2 cards on screen are the two of the worst 8 drops for Spiteful Summoner. But there are a lot of good ones too, right? Like Tyrion Forge Ring and stuff, right? Like there are some good 8 drops. So it's still a strong play on average. And there's Undertaker in there now, which I mean obviously won't get the battle cry, but still it's 8 attack. It's the big dude. It's a lot of big dudes, a lot of cool stuff. And previously we always had this risk because we used to power it with Twisting Nether, right? Mecha Sushi, thanks 100 bits. We used to power the deck with Twisting Nether, and that would sometimes backfire with Grand Archivist. So Grand Archivist would get summoned, and he'd cast Twisting Nether, and we'd be really, really sad. But now we have Demonbolt, which is, I think, a more acceptable 8-drop to run because you don't risk that Twisting Nether backfire option. We could also maybe even toss in 1 Void Contract just for that extra consistency so we don't mistakenly draw our through our Spiteful Summoner activators too soon. And I even like Demonbolt too in this deck because I think it's actually decent. We're going to build sort of a zoo deck around this, right, to support the style of play. And Demonbolt's not bad in a zoo style, right? Because you're going to have a lot of minions on the field. Anyway, so it's like, yeah, okay. Sometimes that'll be cheap removal if it comes into our hand a little early. With things like Druid with, Ultimate Infestation, it's pretty good in Spiteful Druid. But one of the challenges is if you draw it early, it's kind of a dead card until turn 10. You're often happy to play it on turn 10. Demonbolt might not be. This could offer some nice early game swing potential and stuff. So I don't hate the Demonbolt. So I really just want to build a good, solid zoo deck around the Spiteful here. Maybe with a little bit more mid-game than some zoo decks have typically seen. Welcome. But ultimately still just a zoo deck.
Spiteful Warlock is back, baby. When is Spiteful Mage coming back?
We can try to make a new Spiteful Mage too. Yeah, I don't see a problem there. We can probably make that fit. So I want good zoo cards, not necessarily heal zoo cards. I think we're gonna go back more towards traditional zoo cards, old school zoo cards, and I gotta figure out what that is, right? I don't know exactly what that said package looks like at the moment, but we're gonna figure it out. I mean, clearly we've got some of it here already. We could, I guess, go for more heal zoo cards, but I don't think we need to. I feel like I say heal zoo very deliberately. And Bazark, thanks for the tier 1 sub 6 months in a row. My God, congratulations, sir, on the epic badge. That is pretty sick. Give me those tempo cards. The same like tempo shell of a deck has been around forever, guys. Firefly, Fledgling, Chain Gang. But of course, we're not running Firefly because I think Zoo has better 1-drops, or Warlock, I should specify, has better 1-drops. I don't think we need that. Where is our 5-drop? Oh, Spellbreakers are good. And then we want Fungal Bros. Soon we're going to get to the Fungal Bros. Fungal Bros. Fungal Bros. There's our Fungal Bros. I don't hate Cobalt Scalebanes either. They're kind of good on their own, right? That can be helpful. I also like having maybe 1 good 6-drop here to curve into. Something like a Cairn, perhaps. Are there any good 6-drops, guys? Cairn. I think we also maybe want to run... Oh, we didn't add Despicable Dreadlords. I actually like those better, I think, than Scalebanes. because I do actually want to run a Gildan. I think it's worth it in a Spiteful deck because you tend to play a little bit more towards the late game than a normal Zoo. Not like a ton. You don't want to overcommit to the late game, but you can, right? You can play a bit longer of a style and still succeed. And that means we'll have what? Dreadlords, Doubling Imps, Flame Imps, and Voidwalkers. It's not a bad resummon, right? It's a pretty good chance we're going to get 4 or 5 minions out of it. And some life gain and taunt and some removal, which is important. And then we have 3 more slots. Do we want to run anything else? Maybe like a Lich King? It sort of feels like we're getting a little bit too many 8 drops, but remember, Demon Bolts don't actually cost 8, and we're not really trying to draw them either, so I think that's okay. Mojo Master Zihi? Do I really want to run that? I feel like I would end up breaking my Spiteful turns a little too often. Like, the last thing I want to do on turn 6 is put myself not towards turn 7, right? Isn't turn 7 my most important turn? I feel like that's almost backwards. I mean, maybe in the late game it wouldn't hurt a ton, but... do we ever run a card like Ren in this deck? Maybe a little bit too much control. What about a card like Dread Infernal? That's not a bad 6-drop, honestly. I said I wanted a 6-drop. Might want like 1 more 3-drop or 4-drop. Think we could stand to have just a hair more. Anything that stands out, guys? Death Speakers, maybe not terrible. Dragon Slayer these days might be okay. Maybe just like an Ooze. This isn't too bad. Leroy? Leroy's not bad. We could do a Leroy. I don't really think we're trying to be a Leroy deck. What about like a Faceless? Is that greedy? Is that too greedy? Probably a little bit too greedy. We have a Silence with Spellbreaker. I think I hand buff 4-drop. I don't know about that. I'm not as worried about buffing my minions because I think they're going to be so big in the late game they don't really need buffs, right? I don't hate Leroy. Certainly not a problem. There will be games we just win with Leroy. Bit nervous about that curve, though. Bit nervous about this late game, guys. Maybe we have to take out the Lich King. I think I need another 4-drop. Or 3-drop. 3-drop would be fine, too. 3 or 4. Fireblue Phoenix isn't terrible. I could do like a Grifta for some sneaky stuff. Mortal Coil. Can't do Mortal Coil. Mortal Coil's a problem for Spiteful Summoner. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but just in case, I cannot do Mortal Coil. I really, really can't. I promise. I don't really need anything is the problem. I do like 3-drops, though, I'll tell you. I think 3-drops are an important turn. But I don't think anything stands out. Maybe we just run 1 Ooze. I don't know that it's really necessary. Maybe we just go for the Grifta, guys. Let's do it. I mean, why not? It's kind of a meme, but it's sort of okay. It gives me access to cards I may not otherwise have for spells' sake. Let's just do the Grifta. I don't know. It's fine. I think MCT'd be okay for sure. But I like Grifta. Let's make Grifta work. Spiteful Warlock. Here we go. Let's do it. I'm excited. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work, guys. I think it's going to be a solid deck. Do people have good removal in the meta right now, right? Like, if we can get to that Spiteful turn, do people have ways to kill it? I don't think they do right now, right? How many decks have that answer? I think not that many. I don't think a lot of popular meta decks right now can beat that. Odd Paladin can't beat that. Let's see, last 3 days. Last 3 days, most popular deck, Spell Hunter. Yeah, they might have some ways to beat it. Odd Paladin, Kingsbane Rogue. I mean, they have saps and stuff. Spell Hunter has... They're not running Deadly Shot much. They are some. They may not have... Oh, Hunter's Mark, though, is good, too. Odd Mage has Voodoo Doll. Zoo doesn't have ways to kill it. Shudderwalk has Hex. Man, maybe most decks do actually have ways to deal with it, guys. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. No need to get too invested in it now. We'll just see. I'm getting pizza Italiano right now. I don't know if you're sophisticated enough to know how good that is. I don't know what pizza Italiano is. I mean, I don't know what that means. Is that like a chain? Is that a reference to like margarita pizza, or you mean just like, I don't know exactly. I'm not familiar with that phrase. I eat a lot of pizza. I would probably call that fancy pizza. Fancy pizza, as Barstool Sports would call it. Fancy pizza. I think you're talking about fancy pizza. Yeah, no, I like margarita style okay, but I actually prefer like football pizza, like more American style. Personally, Jan'alai is like spiteful, but you can run spells. Kind of, yeah. She's basically a spiteful. Coin Keleseth. Problem is I don't have a 2-drop follow-up for the Coin Keleseth, so if I did, I would have Coin Keleseth. Like if we had Firefly or a couple 1-drops, I absolutely would have. But since I don't have that, I think the coin could be more valuable on a future turn. For instance, pointing out a Despicable Dreadlord could be amazing against an odd paladin. So I think we're going to hold tight instead. Demonbolt, probably not going to be very helpful in this matchup, I gotta say. I hope there's no like weird world where the discount gets applied to this so that when you Spiteful it out of your deck, it's like 4 mana instead of like 8. That would be pretty bad. Hey, look at that. Coin Despicable Dreadlord, it turns out, is pretty good. What do you know? I was right. What a solid play. I decided to play the buff one just in case. Whoa, PLK, dude. Look at all the Regises. Looking good. Football style. Yeah, you know, just like football style pizza. What else do you call it? I don't know. More American style. Not fancy margarita pizza. I want more than just a big plop of mozzarella and a tomato and a basil leaf on there. You know, like it's okay. It's fine. I can eat it if I have to. But I want some thick American cheese. Thick American cheese. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Come on now. I know I'm not the only person in here saying these same sorts of things. Come on now. How good is Despicable Dreadlord against Odd Paladin? My god. One card just beats them. Like I said, how good? How good? How good is it? Do you think any rogue decks will rise to the top? No. I think Kingsman Rogue is close. I think it's pretty good. Odd Rogue is still strong, although people won't play it as much because it's not new. They might eventually, but no, I don't think Rogue's time is yet. I think Rogue has always been competitive, but never quite at the top, I guess. Does that make sense? So I don't think it's their time to shine. Speak of the devil. Let's see this Odd Rogue in action. All right, that's not a bad hand. Hit that Keleseth for me and I'll be happy. Fresh pesto basil and baked garlic clove. I'm not a pesto guy as much. I don't know. Fresh pork rind, fully and evenly placed goat parmigiano. You added so many extra syllables to parmesan there. And Romano. Sounds too fancy pizza for me, Haproon. Too fancy pizza, man. Little bit too fancy pizza. When did this get added, says Bazark? I don't know, about a week ago, probably. Right before the expansion came out.
The pizza you had at the last pizza party was the best.
No, we found a great pizza place finally. It took us forever. This place called Pie Guys. It's new here in town, and it's wonderful. It's kind of a New York style. Pretty thin crust. A little bit crispy. No flop, thank God. I hate when there's too much flop in the pizza. And really good sourdough crust. Nice, good fresh cheese. We just get cheese. That's it. No toppings. So good. So freaking good. Best place in town we found so far. There's one other place in town too called La Pizza, which is also very good, but it was so far away. Oh, I hated how far away it was. And Mecha Sushi, thank you for the 100 bits. I hate that you revealed my secret pizza parties for OGs, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Thank you, Bazark 2 for the 6 months, guys. Amazing stuff all around. Just a reminder, guys, I'm not gonna be around much this week. This is gonna be my last stream for a little while. And the reason for that is related to my upcoming travels. I got to travel for a funeral and stuff. So I definitely won't be around Thursday and Friday for sure, because I got funeral stuff all day, both days. But I probably won't be around Wednesday either, to be honest. I don't see how I'll stream tomorrow. I got to travel too much and get stuff ready. But maybe Saturday and probably Sunday, unless I get stuck somewhere traveling. So I'm just going to miss like 2 or 3 days at most. I hope, but everything's up in the air. You never quite know. You never quite know. All right. This sucks. Yeah, I don't think we're getting there, guys. Kingsmane's hard to beat, man. Hard to beat. They have too many tools. Too many tools. A secret pizza party? Since you're in the Midwest, have you ever tried Buddy's Pizza? Never even heard of it, no. Buddy's Pizza. Let's see. Buddy's Pizza Restaurant, Detroit, Michigan. I wouldn't consider Detroit the Midwest, I guess, but I guess it kind of is. I don't think anything east of the Mississippi should be called the Midwest, by the way. I think it should be called the Mideast. Can we talk about that real quick? The Mideast versus the Midwest? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why is it the Midwest? Somebody explain that to me. I've never seen that before. All right, we're gonna give him. We're gonna get Demonic Project or something. I don't know. We're gonna give him Imp. Let's give him the Imp, and then we're gonna get. Oh, he gets a full hand. This might be a way to win the game. I could also just go for another Grifta. Let's take the Togwaggle. This could maybe be a way to win the game. So we're gonna give him the Imp, and we're gonna get Togwaggle. Hey, it worked. It worked. Nice. It's East Coast bias. That's why it's called Midwest. Yeah, I don't understand. I would consider like anything east of the Mississippi the Mideast. That would make me, since I live about less than a mile from the Mississippi River on the west side, that would make me a part of the mid maybe. I don't know. I would barely be the Midwest. But anyway, Buddy's Pizza looks good. I love Detroit style pizza, to be honest. I really like it. There was a place here that served it that closed that was delicious. Oh, there is still another place, Jets Pizza. Have you heard of Jets Pizza? They also serve like Detroit style pizza. I think it's a Midwest chain. As far as I know, it's definitely chain like around here at least. I haven't had it a lot, but we've occasionally gotten it. It's okay. It's I like the fact that it's Detroit style, but I don't think it's like the best executed version of that. But yeah, that's an example. I'm going to die very soon. Very soon. I'm just gonna life tap and pray to God something miraculous happens. No, it didn't happen. I don't know. This game is clearly not a win, guys. I don't know what to do. Little Caesars. I have heard of Little Caesars. Yeah. Hey, Pie Monster. It's going good, man. Is All American Pizza named after places in America? Like the styles are. Yeah, it's regional. The styles are all regional to places. Yeah. So there's like Chicago style, New York style, Detroit style. Those are kind of the 3 main styles, I would say. Am I forgetting a style? I don't know. Like crispy thin crust, I don't think has like a really specific location. I think it would just call it like thin crust. Yeah, but Detroit style is like really fat, bready pizza that's in a square usually, or like a rectangle. New York style is like more hand tossed, usually a thinner base layer, but still a substantial crust you can grab onto on the back. And then Chicago style is like a cornmeal crust traditionally, not always, I think. But anyway, it's really deep and it's like a, it's got a bready layer and the thick bottom layer with cheese on it, and then the sauce sits on the top of the cheese, as opposed to the cheese being on top of the sauce, which most other pizzas in America do. And then I guess Neapolitan or margarita style, whatever you want to call it, there is like Italian pizza,
Hey man, I'm sorry
kind
for
of
your
authentic
loss.
Italian.
Lost my mom a few weeks ago and your streams have helped a lot. Here's some bits for the road. Keep up the good work.
Hey, casual fella, dude, thank you so much. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. I have to say, it's really more on my fiance's side than affecting me directly. Like, of course, it still impacts me, so I appreciate the kind words. But it's mostly just taking care of her and helping her family and stuff as far as my responsibilities and impact are concerned. So I'm holding up okay. I really do appreciate that, though. I'm terribly sorry about your side of things. That's the worst news imaginable, man. But I'm happy to at least been a small tiny comfort in that inevitable giant wave of terribleness. But I really appreciate the gesture. Thank you so much, casual felon, and thank you for the kind words, good sir. I love Neapolitan style pizza. It's amazing. Yeah, see, I like it okay, but I just prefer like American football, New York style pizza, I think, personally. Probably just because that's what I grew up with. The sauce goes on top of the cheese? Yeah, in Chicago style pizza. So what it'll look like, you can Google it. Just Google Chicago style pizza. It'll have like a really deep well of crust around the edges. Here, I can draw it. Here, like, look. So that's the pizza, right? Like, that's what the pizza looks like. The crust will be like a deep well like this, right? Okay, so that's what the... Oh, crap. That's a little too deep, but you get the idea. So, like, there's a wall, right? And this is like the cheese in the base of the pizza. And then the sauce will go in there on top of it, like layered. So if you looked at it, like, here's the crust, right? Here's the cheese, like, on the crust, and then the sauce will go on top of that, right? And then there'll be walls on the outside. It's like a layered thing. I don't really like it, personally. I like all the individual ingredients. I like how much sauce there is, but it's just so weird. It's hard to eat. You got to eat it with a fork most of the time. So, I don't know. There's a series of steps you have to follow to be able to call it Neapolitan. Yeah, I've seen that before on TV somewhere. Like, there's a party in Italy or some kind of organization that like makes rulings about whether or not you can actually call it Neapolitan style. I think around here it's often called like margarita pizza, or just like Italian, like authentic, whatever. We're gonna give him the Bloodsail Corsair, and we're gonna get the Volcanosaur. Told you. Told you. Told you. No problem. Job done. Hey, Pesky Flower, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you, sir. That's the most unappetizing pizza I've seen, Regis. Did it make you feel blue? It was blue. It looks like lasagna. Kind of makes sense. I think Margarita's just talking about the topping, the mozzarella, tomato sauce, and basil. Neapolitan's a specific way of doing pizza. But isn't Neapolitan pizza always margarita, though? Like, it's always just mozzarella sauce, basil, right? Like, I don't really know. I'm not an expert, but that's how I had always interpreted it. Yeah, let's just do this. This is fine. That's how I had always interpreted it. Like in other words, not all margarita pizza is Neapolitan, but all Neapolitan pizza is margarita. Does that make sense? Like, not all rectangles are squares, but all squares are rectangles. It's like another layer of classification. I don't know. You're saying Neapolitan pizza can be anything. Any toppings on Neapolitan. So it's really more like the crust and the creation process that makes it Neapolitan, not the toppings. Okay, I didn't know that. That's new learning. That's new learning. Well, that was an easy burn. Like, that was not a bad burn. Did he do that accidentally, though? He did. He did do it accidentally. Okay. Who put strawberries, chocolate, and vanilla on a pizza? That's weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. That doesn't sound good to me at all. Oh, man. How has he left my fledgling alive for so freaking long? And how has it not gotten Wind Fury yet? Is the next question, right? Like, where is the Wind Fury? Oh my god. Give it freaking Wind Fury. That's 3 straight attacks with no freaking Wind Fury. Man. Alright, I'm going to try my best to play around Volcano here if I can. I really don't know if I can. So that goes down to 3 after I play this. If I play these 2, it goes down to 2. Maybe I can get him to hex that as well, right? That might be another interesting path here. How much health do I even have? 5, 8, 10. Oh, I only have 16. So actually, I'm not really playing around Volcano all that well. Volcano might be a problem. But the good news is, if he overcommits to clearing this, the Spitefuls might just stick. That could be really, really cool. I'm a ranch with pizza kind of guy. Ooh. I don't know about that. Opinion on pineapple, I like it okay. It's not my favorite. I'm pretty much just cheese pepperoni kind of guy. Mushrooms if I'm feeling really spicy. But I don't really eat pineapple, but eat whatever you want. I'm not going to make a stance about it. I don't care.
Build a deck like a pizza.
Minions the crust. Mana the sauce. Topping mad RNG off the turn. I was trying to line it up with her perfectly. I think I did a pretty good job, at least in my audio. I don't know if it comes across on stream the same way or not. I don't know if the timing is mastered on stream, but that was pretty great. Pizza's overrated. Man, being a part of my chat and not being banned is overrated too. He still doesn't have an answer for this. Wow. That's sort of crazy. He's down to 11 health. He's got to do more than just freeze this. He's going to be dead. All right. What do we have? 5, 7, 8. We might have some lethals here if we play towards it. I don't have a deck tracker up. Why didn't you guys yell at me? Man, I don't even have one. I don't even see the deck. Come on, guys. You gotta yell at me. Did I miss Delicious Grift to action? Not really yet. No, you're all right. I think we gotta play a Spiteful, which means I need board space. Any 8 mana charge cards? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Oh, God. Gloop Sprayer? Oh, that's not good at all. That sucked. All right, there's the pink spam. Chat, you've let me down, chat. Pepperoni and chicken or pineapple and ham are the choices I go for. Oh, interesting. I said it, says Go Big. I said it. Charged Devil Sword would have been good. Grom, yeah, we could have got some good ones. 7 mana, 8/8 meta breaker. It's not a bad play necessarily. It's just not a good one. Not an exciting one, is it? Not an exciting one. Got a haircut today, guys. Bet you wish you were using Janelai. I pretty much always wish that. Yeah, I would love Janelai, man. How about pineapple, banana pepper, mushroom, and pepperoni on pizza? That's my regular, and it's great. That sounds like too much to me, but again, I don't care what a man eats on his pizza. Eat whatever you want on your pizza. I can't imagine pineapple. People are insane. How could you eat pineapple on pizza? I don't care what you eat. Eat what you want to eat. Makes zero difference to me, man. You do your thing. What do we have? We have 8. Plus 6 is 14. Oh, he's just going to try to freeze it out. Wow. So he whiffed on the Zola. If we can kill him, we can... Wow. 2 face freezes. That sucks. Wow. That was one of the worst Shutterbox I've ever seen. It healed him a little bit, but it froze face twice. And that was tough, dude. That hurt. Have we played 3 games? No, we've only played... Did I lose the game already, guys? I must have, because I should have 2 stars, I thought. I didn't think we'd lost yet. But apparently we lost a game. We beat the Paladin, then what happened? Did I lose? Oh, we lost the Odd Rogue. He ran over us, that's right. What about burgers? Burgers are great. I like hamburgers. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get burgers tonight, but I was like too lazy to wait for 5 Guys. I feel like they take a little too long. There wasn't like a drive-through burger place that I would have tolerated, so I just didn't get burgers. I love sushi. Yeah, where's beef? But I'll tell you, I like very simple... I like really simple rolls or nigiri. Like I don't like Like people putting all this crazy like spicy mayo and all these crazy ingredients. Like I want a tuna roll. I want wrap, rice, tuna. That's it. Don't give me a mountain of flavoring. I feel like it ruins the balance of the sushi. I want to taste fish and rice and a little bit of seaweed wrap, and that's it. I don't want like, don't put a bunch of garbage on my sushi. That's all I'm saying. Keep it simple. I hate how much they want to throw on every sushi. Like, get me a $40 sushi roll with prime rib and chicken and just like, let's get some kind of crazy hollandaise sauce on there. Like, I don't know, fried egg hollandaise sushi or something. Like, what? And then people always turn it into burritos too. I don't want to turn it into a burrito either. I want a simple, that's it. That's all I want. I want fish, rice. That's enough. That's all I need. That's all I need. Don't make it crazy. I don't even dip it in soy sauce. I just eat it straight. I don't like that much soy sauce either. Just want it easy and simple. You know, a little bit of wasabi on there is okay. Not a lot, but that's it. I thought I was the only one. No, man. I go to eat sushi with people and they'll just order the craziest looking rolls. It'll be like 8 feet tall, covered in some kind of garbage. The plate's just drenched in sauce. I can't do it. And by the way, if that's what you like, that's fine. I don't care. Eat it. If that's what you enjoy, no judgment. No judgment here. I don't care what you eat. I just don't want that myself. I like it simple. Not saying I'm better than you. Just sharing what I enjoy. Hadge Dukes. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. He said, man, Reed just knows his sushi. This man eats sushi like I eat sushi. That's worth a sub if I've ever heard of one right there. That's a sub. Thank you. Thank you much, sir. And we're going to just keep chipping away here to set up for Leroy, I think, guys. He's like, oh, now I can Spike Ridge Steed because he slammed a Spellbreaker early. What a scrub. And I'm going to say, no, you can't. I've got the other Spellbreaker, you fool. And then I'm going to hit him in the face really hard. And we're going to win. Who here likes chorizo? I like chorizo, okay. I don't like it to be too crazy. You got to keep it a little subtle for me, but I like it. Me and my stepdad put a mountain of wasabi on our sushi, then ate them. It sucked for a while, but went away after like 5 minutes. That's some spicy guacamole. The Odd Demon Heel Spiteful Warlock roll. That's pretty much how they described it most of the time, yeah. You kind of nailed it there. You basically nailed it. Alright, so this puts him down to 9. Okay, that is actually unavoidable damage, which could be nice. What? Oh, that's fine. I was like, what? I thought that was triggering on the Spellbreaker attack. Because the timing was so delayed. I was very confused why that would trigger and not this one. So, let's see. Trade. He can clear my board. Which means I'm going to have to do a little bit of work to get there on this. I'm also kind of almost dead myself, which is a problem. I didn't anticipate that being an issue. I sort of need this to carry me, guys. I'm dead. He has 7 damage on board. Weapons and stuff will kill me here. I need a taunt or a rush minion to clean this up. Or, well, charge minions won't do enough. Taunt? Ugh. God, guys, I gotta tell you, Spiteful's not as good anymore. It's really not as good. Regis, is there anything you like that's considered weird? I don't know. Like, give me some examples. I can't really think of anything. Food-wise, I don't really eat anything crazy or like. I mean, I've had some weird Filipino food, but it's not like I eat it often or go out of my way for it or really say I love it or anything. I just think it's okay. So that'd be the closest thing. But I don't eat the weird Filipino stuff. Only the moderately Filipino stuff. Like no balut or whatever. I don't eat balut. So it's called balut? Yeah, I wouldn't touch a balut with a 10-foot pole. That's for sure. Would not touch balut with a 10-foot pole. I'll tell you that. Filipino barbecue pork is amazing. Yeah, they often have very nicely barbecued pieces of meat. That's for sure. Don't look up balut, guys. I don't like 100-year-old eggs. No. Strawberry jam and cottage cheese. I'm not a big cottage cheese guy either. Quest Hunter. All right. This is exciting. Balut is horrifying. It is. Yeah, exactly. It is. There was also some crazy blood stew stuff I had. I didn't have, but I saw at Thanksgiving one time. That was horrendous. Blood stew. Yeah, dinguguan. Dinguguan. Filipino savory stew of pork, lungs, kidneys, intestines, ears, heart, and snout. Simmered in a rich, spicy, dark gravy of pig blood, garlic, and chilies, and vinegar. Can you imagine anything that sounds worse in your life? Dinguguan. Even just the smell of it nearly made me vomit. It was horrific. Just sitting in a pot on the kitchen, just like, what? What? Why is that there? It was absolutely, it just looked like tar. It looked so gross. Ugh. I mean, just take all the worst ingredients you can imagine and put them into one pot, and you're there. That's it. You found it. You've just mastered Dinguguan. That sounds great. Sounds great. So tasty. Ketchup and mac and cheese. Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't do anything weird like that, I don't think. But again, I don't care what people eat. Eat what you like to eat. You do what you want. I don't even care if it's healthy or not healthy or anything. Like, everybody's their own person. Do what you like. Brad basically says, yum. Just very subtle, yum. I've had alligator before and liked it. Yeah, I was okay with alligator. Ketchup and eggs? No, I don't like ketchup that much, to be honest, guys. I'm not a big ketchup eater in general, I don't think. I am not the ketchup guy. Alright, we gotta catch up with Kellis boss here soon. Try our best at least. Frog? I've had frog legs. Like frog legs, okay. I love chicken adobo, yeah. And my fiance's family makes pork adobo too, which is really good. It's like this really moist pork. So yeah, I like pork adobo. And chicken adobo. I had duck. It was way too greasy though. I actually don't think I've ever eaten duck, to tell you the truth. Can't remember it, which is kind of weird. Surprised I haven't. Seems like something I would have eaten, but I just don't remember having done it. Okay, these secrets are going to be a bit of a pain, but we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. What about a Bunnings snag? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm a shredded cheese at 3 a.m. kind of guy. No, I don't like cheese that much either. Mustard on fries? I like mustard, but I just don't really eat it on fries. I don't know. It was a bad choice, says Brad Spacely. Apparently, I missed the steak and fries under it. You missed it? Just didn't see it, you mean? Or I'm confused by the missed it qualification. It was just missed. Just altogether missed. Alright, let's see. This might get wrecked a little bit by Explosive Trap, but it's a little safer against Wandering Monster, which I think is more likely the outcome. And in fact, we find out it's neither. Okay, cool. Alright, how do we win this game? We gotta win via a wide board, because he's got Rexar now. Like, we're not gonna ever outvalue him. We have to get big, scary stuff and kill him with a big, scary stuff. Lamb Euros? Yeah, I love Euros, man. I'm a big Euro guy. And yes, I pronounce it Euro. Like, I think actual people pronounce it. I don't know. I know it's a hotly debated regional pronunciation thing, but my understanding has often been that Euro is the correct pronunciation. So, I don't know. You think it's Rat Trap? It might be Rat Trap. It's an intriguing thought. Euro. Euro. How do you guys say it? Gyro? Hero? There's a lot of options. A lot of ways for it to be said. But I like Euro. I don't know if it's right. So I've heard it's right. Heard it's right. But man, it's impossible to get a good minion, isn't it, guys? We've gotten garbage every time. I think we're seeing the failings here of 8 drops. Euro. Yeah, exactly, Honey Badger. Yeah. Exactly. It's an American accent version of the correct way. Perfect. There we go. You miss an S. T-A. Oh, you miss an S at the end? Oh, euros. 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 Well, yeah, I mean, if you're pronouncing it... I'm saying euro like the sandwich. I guess euros is the type of food, right? Euros. What the heck? Why did he concede there? I didn't think he was losing, was he? Maybe he was. I don't know. I felt like that was closer, though. Nailed it, man. Oh, thanks. Oh, Patelikos. That sounds like a very Greek name. I trust you. I trust you to have confirmed our status, given your name. That looks very Grecian. The Turkish people on campus just... Gyro? Oh, gyro, yeah. Gyro.
I know it's
That's a common
pronounced
one.
hero, but I call it Euro cause it sounds cooler.
Hey, even she said it Euro when it was written normally. That's confirmation, man. If the bit laddie says Euro, we know it's Euro. 100% Euro. Hinto dropping $10. My God, you madman. Thank you for the $10 bomb, Hinto. You've dropped a lot of bombs this month. Indeed, indeed. I don't know how many, but a lot. And that's pretty darn cool. So that's 2,000 bits cheered on the night, $10 donated, and 7 new subscribers. Thank you guys a ton. And also 14 new followers. What nationality are you? I am American. It's gurus. Guru. Man, I got hungry too. I'm gonna have to get a snack out of this, guys. Might make a Chicago-style pizza. No, I don't have Chicago-style pizza available. Yep, I am from the United States of America. That's it. That's all. Boring. Boring as it can be. Midwestern. I actually was born in the Mideast, as I would like to call it, but currently reside in the Midwest. I still think it's just insane to say that, like, Ohio is Midwest. That makes no sense. Jax or Tombstone? Oh, dude, you know, you know me too well. Jax, 100%, man. Jax all the way. Jax is. I actually bought Jax pizza today. I bought some today. It was 4 for $10. Oh my God, it's so cheap, dude. It's so cheap. I love it. I love how cheap it is. I love how freaking cheap it is. Where are the Wind Furies? I don't understand.
You deserve it. You're an awesome streamer. Best of luck with the break.
Thank you, Hinto Man, for another $5. My God, dude. I'll do my best to enjoy myself as much as I can, and I'm gonna miss you guys for the next few days. That's for sure. I really, really, really hate to take stream breaks. It feels terrible, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Life. That's my 7th straight my 7th straight attack without getting Wind Fury, guys. Legitimately. I think it's 7. I think we just went 7 straight fledglings without getting Wind Fury. Not in this game, obviously, but across the last few games. It's been forever. It's been forever. What's the Mideast? That's my term for people who live outside of the Atlantic bordering states, but east of the Mississippi. So if you border the Atlantic, you're a part of the East. If you live west of that, but east of the Mississippi, you're the Mideast. So you Tennessee's, your Kentucky's, your Ohio's, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan. I guess you could go ahead and throw Wisconsin, maybe Minnesota, but I would say Minnesota's Midwest. Or maybe even North is its own separate bracket. I don't know. Louisiana. Well, I guess if you border the Gulf, you're the South, maybe? Yeah, maybe if you border the Gulf, you're a South, and if you border Canada, or even a Great Lake, maybe you're the North.
Drive-by bit drop
But
in commercial break.
I don't know. Hey, nice Pyro, man. Nice. Thank you, sir. So, I don't know. Mideast would be like Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, arguably Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, and Arkansas is west of the Mississippi, so it'd be Midwest. But people consider Ohio the Midwest. So I don't know. I don't know. Why Grifta? We didn't really explain it much, just because we were looking for a 4-drop, and he kind of fit. He was just like a statted minion. That's honestly it. That's the only thing I can think of. Honey Badger here has a link to the regions of the United States. Okay, I can kind of live with this. I think I can live with this. If you're splitting out Rocky Mountains as part of their own thing, I can live with this. I think this is a reasonable breakdown. This would give me a reason to believe that that you could argue Ohio is part of the Midwest. But I don't know. I would try to keep it to fewer regions, I think. I would say West is like Idaho, Utah, Arizona over. South would be like New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana. I guess Southeast is kind of regionally quite different though than the Southern United States. Like Southeast is what we kind of traditionally refer to as Southern, you know. The Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina type cultural there, like, and really even Tennessee and Kentucky a little bit too, or even Virginia, West Virginia. They're all kind of got that southern mentality to them. So I don't know. Maybe they need their own distinction. It's hard. Do other countries have this problem? I feel like other countries are always so much smaller that they don't really have as much like cultural diversity, but maybe I just have not been around enough to perceive that, or I'm just more exposed locally to the United States. People who live in other countries, do you guys have really diverse like cultural regions in your countries? Because some countries are smaller than a normal American state. Most countries, in fact, are smaller than a lot of American states. So I just can't imagine they have quite as much cultural distinction. Man, I really want to life tap, but I'm like almost have all of my Spiteful cards already. I only have one left, so it's kind of risky. Ohio is to the east. Changed my mind. Well, Ohio's east of me too. Yeah, it's mid-east. That's the point. Yeah, exactly. Villa Wild says, "What about this?" I don't know if I can. How does that work? Let me see that link. Where on earth is that? Oh, you're Finnish, huh? Villa Wild. We have a Norwegian moderator who is not particularly fond of the Finns. Apparently, you guys have a bit of a rivalry. But yeah, we have a Norwegian moderator who every time I call him Finnish by as a joke, and he gets triggered by it. It's funny. I don't know anything about Finland really, but I know he has I think mostly a fun kind of fake disposition against the Finns, kind of a rivalry type thing. Ohio is the Middle East. I don't know, Honey Badger. That's my argument. England is only 1.08 times the size of Minnesota. Wow. Are you talking about England, the region of the United Kingdom, or are you talking about the entire United Kingdom? I feel like you must be talking about the entire United Kingdom, because I feel like in my eyeballs that's where it matches up nicely. Because England's a pretty small part of the UK. Right? You're not even saying Great Britain, you're saying England, which is really just like the southern region, right? Why can't we have an octagonal Earth? A little bit of flat, a little bit of round. I like it. There you go. Yeah, Villa Wild. Oula. I don't know that town, but that looks like it's right on the bay there, whatever. It looks cool. I like it. Alright, we're gonna try to race, I guess. I don't know. I don't think we have a lot of time. Clearly he's building towards some sort of Hadronox here. So yes, we give him, a bit of a value trade or whatever. That's fine. We could try to destroy his Hadronox, actually. That might be a win condition, guys. We can destroy half this dude's deck if we're head on board. That might be good. Say it like it is written. Oyulu. Like spread out, you mean? Like Oyulu? I don't know if it's like it's written helps me much. I'm not sure. The U.S. has so much geographic diversity, it makes sense it's highly diverse culturally. Yeah, it does. North and south of England are very different, probably posher as you go further south towards London. Although in London, you probably get the poshest people and the least posh people. Oh, okay. While off the topic of food, in a pizza roll and hot sauce guy right now. Ooh, I like it. All right, let's do this first. We're going to go face again. Let's see what this gets us. He's never going to expect the void contract. Never. Well, that's our best one yet, and it still sort of sucks. It's still only a 6/6. I'm really waiting for that Tyrion, guys, or the Lich King, you know? Those are the two sort of high rolls. Don't have Starfall. Don't have Starfall. Don't have... Oh, actually, Primordial Drake, I bet. Yeah, okay. Well, we have a dilemma here. Do we want to Demonbolt that to get the most amount of pressure? I guess so, since it's almost lethal, right? How much is that going to cost? It's going to go down to 3 and 3, so I can't quite do that. So I guess we'll just Demonbolt instead, and this is going to hit him really hard, and then we can still try to go for this if he's not dead this turn. Demonbolt has been sort of good, guys. It's felt pretty solid as its, like, own card. I've never seen Void Contract played. We played it the other day, but not particularly successfully, I don't think. Just trading him for 11. So this would be lethal if he doesn't do anything else. That's gonna keep him alive. That's gonna keep him alive too. Do we need to do this now if we're planning to win? If we don't get like a Spellbreaker or something for lethal now, do I have to go for it? Does Dread Infernal give me lethal? No, but it sure does push really hard. Problem is, what if he Hadronox naturalizes right now, you know? Like, I can destroy 6 of his cards right now, and the problem is I don't really maintain a board advantage. I don't know, guys. I think I'm going to go this route instead. This is sort of one last really good push here, and if he gets through this, because, like, this 7/7 is just so insane, and then if he kills it, I can actually just Gul'dan another giant board, right? I'll have Flame Imp ×2, Voidwalker ×2, Imps ×2, and a Dread Infernal. So I feel like that would be enough to maybe even beat a Hadronox board. As much as I want to destroy his Hadronox, like, I don't know, there's a pretty good chance it's already in hand, right? In what state do you live? No, I don't live in California. I live in Missouri. It's smack dab right in the middle. Right in the middle of the U.S. Like, I mean, just literally right smack dab in the middle. Why Void Contract? Void Contract is to empower our Spiteful so that we have 3 8-drops, so there's a little bit of redundancy. And it doesn't have quite as much risk as Twisting Nether when you get a Grand Archivist off of your summon from the Spiteful Summoner. Because if you have Twisting Nether, you can summon Grand Archivist, and then he will cast your Twisting Nether, which can backfire pretty hard. So Void Contract's a little bit safer than Twisting Nether there. Grifta is kind of just for fun. He's okay, though, I think, actually. He's okay. Northeast America or north south? I live right smack dab in the middle in all directions. Right smack dab in the middle. Honestly, the city I live in, I think, could arguably be geographically the capital of the United States. That's how smack dab in the middle it is. I don't know what the actual middle of the United States is. There's probably a way to determine that, right? Let me think. Middle of U.S. geographically. If you don't count, I mean, obviously not counting Hawaii and Alaska. Geographic center of the contiguous United States. Okay, so it's a little farther away than I expected, but still pretty close regionally. Like, it looks like it's in northern Kansas. Surprised northern Kansas. I would think it would stretch a little more towards Kansas City, if anything. It's a little surprising, actually. Where is it? I had the location. Yeah, it looks like northern Kansas, almost Nebraska, or maybe there's like a landmark there. Yeah, you can go visit it. That surprises me. But anyway, I'm very close to the middle. That's the takeaway. I feel like you want capitals near the coast. I don't know why. Why do you need them near the coast? It didn't matter where they are. I just if it was based on geographical centricity and historically large cities, I think my city would have a pretty good argument. Because my city used to be much bigger, much larger than it is now. It's now kind of dainty in comparison. We used to be like top 7 or something, and now we're top 25, I think. When I say used to, I mean like 50 years ago. I don't know where we peaked at. I think it was like top 5 or 6 though, at one point. Biggest surprise of the expansion, good or bad? I don't feel like anything's really shocked me. I actually think I had a pretty good read on most of the cards. Everybody was saying I was wrong about Gonk when Toast did an OTK with it one time. But it's just one time. It's not actually good. So I don't think I was wrong there. Let me look at the list here of cards that are good. Baited Arrow is being played more than I think it should be. That would be one example. It looks a little better than I thought too. So Baited Arrow, I think I underrated. Seeing a little bit of a decline in its inclusion and win rate. But let's see, is it actually good, or are people just running it because they think they're supposed to? Let's see. Baited Arrow has the 3rd worst drawn win rate in Spell Hunter. Middle of the road played win rate. That makes a little more sense because you're playing it when it lines up, not playing it when it doesn't line up. But in its favor, it's not being held all that often. It's only being held on average for 2.2 turns. So that's not a long time to hold it. If it wasn't working regularly, I think you'd often be holding it 3 or 4 more turns on average. So that's honestly a pretty good sign for it. So maybe a little better than I thought for sure. I don't think it's the drawn win rate's a little scary, I'll admit. Like that's kind of nerve-wracking, but everything else I think is okay for it. It has reasonable data behind it. That was just one deck I looked at, but it was the most popular version, so. Other really popular cards, Janelai we got right, Daring Fire Eater I liked, Raiding Party I liked, Pyro I liked, Flash of Light I liked, Shrivala I liked pretty well. I put Shrivala, I think, 3rd on my... Ugh, man. Okay. Let's try to get that dead maybe, right? Like, as much as we can. Yeah, none of these cards are stunning me here. Blast Wave is solid looking for play rate. Maybe its stats aren't as good, I don't know. Undasta, I mean, we all kind of knew Undasta was going to make sense in Death Rattle Hunter. I just don't think it's going to be great beyond that, which I think we're still going to see that stands up as true. I don't think I can Spiteful into this board. They just trade too well, so we're gonna Demonbolt instead. This is a cube lock, not an even lock, so putting him at 15 should not make as much difference, right? But this is going to be a tough game to win. Maybe Gul'dan will swing hard enough. I don't know. I think we're going to die to some cube shenanigans eventually, though. I don't see any cards that are just stunning here. I think people are playing Mass Hysteria too much, and the data supports that. Its stats kind of suck, but it's still being played a lot. So I don't think I was off there. I don't know. Nothing that's shocking. I think everything's kind of been as expected almost. I live in Columbia, Missouri. Yeah, not too far. Not too far at all. Sure. We can't leave up an 8-1 to... Oh, crap! I should have played that. Ah, shoot. I'm dumb. Should have played it. Where are you seeing these win rate stats? On hsreplay.net. I would love to see you do a short video about how to better analyze that data, like that holding for 2 turns sounded good, etc. Yeah, I think that'd be a good video topic. I gotta talk to HS Replay. They want to talk to me about something. Maybe that sort of thing is something we could do. And, you know, and just to clarify, like, when looking at data like this, it's always a little bit subjective. There's no, like, raw, objective way to make sure you're getting it right. So you kind of heard what I did there, right? Like I said, okay, I have a belief about baited arrow. Let's go see if that belief is supported or not. And I kind of broke down each of the data categories there. And I said, all right, okay, it's, does good on this one, does bad on this one, does good on this one, does good on this one. So maybe it's a little better than I thought. But you got to carefully consider the context for each of those data points. You can't just look at it as like a raw number. Like a lot of people just go look at the played win rate and they go, oh, okay, played win rate's high, it's a great card. It's like, no, consider the context, think about the deck, the turns. Like there's a lot of variables that go in there, right? A lot of different variables. We're not going to play this now. We don't need to. And we're not going to tap either because I don't need to. I have a good hand. And in fact, I don't want to tap because I risk losing my Void contract, which will kill my Spiteful Summoner. So we're just chilling for now. But yeah, I agree. I think that'd be fun to talk through. Data is just always... Nah. You rated Hyreek too high? Maybe. We don't know yet. Just keep in mind, my reviews are not meant to be the immediate impact of the card like Trump. My reviews are the fundamental attributes of the card's value. So, in many cases, you can confirm cards that are good if I called them good, or disconfirm them if I called them bad. So, like, if there's a card is good and I said it was good, it's like, okay, we know we got that one right. If a card is bad and I called it good, it's harder to say that because we don't know yet. Like, give it 2 years once it's out of standard format. If it never sees play in 2 years in standard format, and I called it good, then I definitely got it wrong. Like, for sure. We can say I'm wrong for now, but maybe not wrong at the end of the day. But they've still been wrong about a lot of stuff. I was super wrong about Jaina and Gul'dan, and we knew that immediately, right? Like, I thought they were both too slow. They are not too slow. They're incredible. So we were really, really wrong about those. And we knew it immediately. Because the other direction, if a card is good and I said it was bad, you can instantly confirm I was incorrect, right? You'll know immediately how incorrect I was. This is honestly already solid, I think. Let's just slam this now. Do I need to trade in or anything? How many demons do I have? 1 Voidwalker, 2 Flame Imps. Have I played 2 Despicable Dreadlords already? I guess so. That's it. Okay. So I don't need to trade. Other than maybe dying. I might actually trade so I don't die. What's inside of here? A Fell Soul Inquisitor. Yeah, I don't care so much about that. Well, I should be getting a taunt out of this. At least one. Both the 19. I don't think I'm going to die. Let's just go. Can I Demonbolt here? Actually? Is Demonbolt cheap enough to play? No, it's 1 mana. Oh man. That's sort of annoying. Like, that sort of sucks. Only 1 mana. Oh man. Oh, that's right. They intentionally made it 8 mana so this wouldn't result in a 0 mana Demonbolt. I remember them saying that now. That's right. I remember. Defile. Oh, well, that's not so bad. Maybe he has a Hellfire to follow up? I thought that... He played that so fast, I thought it was going to be way worse. I was like, oh, he must know something I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Here it is. Well, okay. At the end of the day, I'm still in a great spot. Look, he's got an empty hand. I'm alive. I got a big board. And, yeah, cool. That's a good deal. Again, yeah, that's better than some we've gotten, I think. Better than some. I lost my dignity today. Yes, I played Odd Pally. It's okay, Sushi Maker. I still love you, man. Don't worry. Did you do a top 10 or whatever cards of the expansion pre-release? Not a full top 10, no. I always want to and always run out of time. I did a ranking of the Loas. So I ranked all of the different Loa. I don't even remember what order I put them in, but we can check. We can see. Looks like he's dead here to the board, which is pretty cool. I think we're actually winning games quite a bit with this deck, guys. Yeah, we're gonna be 5-1 here soon. This is a pretty solid deck. This is working out really well so far. Let's see. I rated the Loas. What did I rate them? Let's see. All right. ranked the Loas from worst to best. I said Grawl was the worst, which he's down there. That's not too crazy of a thing to say. He's probably not the worst actually, but he's down there. I think right now Bwansamdi might be the worst. Let's see by play rate. Let's just look at play rate and see how it matches up, right? Play rate for the legendary Loa in Rastakan's Rumble. The least played Loa right now is Hyreek at 0.5%. After that, it's Akali and then Bwansamdi. But frankly, they're all roughly the same. Grawl, actually, they all have less than 1% play. So, to distinguish between them at this point would be very much just pointless. After that is Gonk, a little bit higher at 1.3%. Halazi at 1.5%, and Krogwa at 1.5%. So you can put all those sort of in another bracket. So there's like the really bad bracket, which is Hyreek, Akali, Bwansamdi, Grawl. That's 4. Then there's 3 in that little middle bracket, which are Gonk, Krogwa, and Halazi. And then you've got Shirvala, Janalai, and... Did I miss one? Oh, no, that's right. Then Shirvala and Janalai are the top bracket. Janalai is the best. Most played, at least. So that's 2, 3 is 5, and then 4. And then my rankings were, let's see, my bottom brackets were, my bottom 4 cards were, oh, actually, I got it exactly right. My bottom 4, Grawl, Gonk, Akali, and Hyreek were my bottom 4. My middle were Halazi. Oh, no, I got Bwansamdi wrong. Bwansamdi is, I put Bwansamdi too high. I have Bwansamdi in the middle. I switched up Halazi and Bwansamdi. I needed to put Halazi 1 spot higher and Bwansamdi 1 spot lower. And then Krogwa is fine. I put Krogwa next. And then Shirvala and Janalai were my top 2. I actually almost nailed it, guys. I honestly almost nailed it. Voon is not a Loa, so he's a separate thing. I did overrate Voon, and I said as much immediately after it happened. I was like, oh, I went too high on that rating. But probably actually still overrated it even after that. But, man, that's kind of crazy. That I actually got it pretty close to right, guys. That's one of my best ratings ever so far. Really just overrated Bwansamdi a little bit. If I moved Bwansamdi to a different spot, I'd have it almost perfect. Just Bwansamdi is out of order. That makes it sound like Halazi is too, but not really. It's just Bwansamdi. If I moved Bwansamdi down 1 spot and changed him with Halazi, I'd have almost a perfect rating. I'm actually pretty proud of that. I nailed Janalai and Shirvala being the top 2. Krogwa, Halazi in the middle. Huh. Way to go, Regis. Way to go, Regis. Huh. Yeah. Man, I'm pretty pumped, guys. Way to go. I rarely get those right. Yeah. Way to go, Regis. Yeah. Nice. Now let's go back and review my Death Knights where I put Jaina and Gul'dan in last place. Oh, man. Surprise Quagra's good. It's not really good necessarily. It's just in a slightly different, slightly higher bracket than the 4 that were in last place. Like Krogwa and Halazi see more play than the others, basically, is the distinction. But only a little bit. It's really only Janalai and Shirvala that see a lot of play. Those are the 2 clear standouts. Don't dusk break me, bro. Don't you dusk break me, bro. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. You mentioned HS Replay had reached out to you. Well, I maybe made it sound too formal. They just said they wanted to talk about some like cool stuff we might do together. But it was like from BlizzCon. It's not super formal or anything. Pinkerton says, I'm very intrigued by how Twitch, etc. work, or maybe more accurately, how making a living via content creation works. I found that video Toast did about it a few months ago so interesting. Yeah, it was interesting, dude. I learned a lot from that video. I learned as much as you or anybody probably from that video. I don't know. I'm gonna get Frost Elemental, and I'm gonna give him Faithful Lumi. Told ya. Told ya! I think this dude might actually be like an OTK priest that's just running the quest. I don't know if he's actually a quest priest as much as an OTK priest with Boar. That shouldn't be that good against me, right? 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 Ugh, it always works, man. It always works better than I think it's going to. I don't know. Maybe I underrate Mass Hysteria still, but the stats don't support it being great. So, Pinkerton, yeah, I mean, feel free to ask questions, man. For me, it's, I'll tell you, like, it wouldn't be possible without bits. Like, I can go full-time right now, and I'm planning to in the near future. Like, that's the goal. Oh, maybe this is just, Mechathune, then. Oh. Well, he's just dead. Cool. That's a fancy... He was dead 8 different ways. That was a fancy play, but ultimately not quite enough. In other words, sort of the base stuff, like, subs is a big part of it on Twitch, but bits and subs actually run kind of hand in hand or really close for me. And YouTube is less than each of those. I make less money on YouTube than I do from either bits, and I kind of put bits and donations, of course, in like one pile. But YouTube is less than both, than either individually bits or subs. So YouTube is the smallest portion, but not by a ton. I mean, it depends on the month. YouTube's very variable. Like expansion months are up here and non-expansion months are down here. But even on expansion months, YouTube does not outpace bits or subs. So on average, it's maybe 20%, and bits and subs are probably 35% each, somewhere around there, of the total possible earnings. And then there's just like little variable stuff here and there, like t-shirt sales and occasional sponsored stuff. Like I have some sponsor relationships, you guys know, that sort of thing, make up a portion of it too, which I think is going to be growing. Maybe it's really more like 15, 30, 30 with a remainder of like 15% of other stuff, variable stuff. But I will say, hey, Sushi Maker, oh my god, man, looking good with the instant angry chicken badge. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. That wasn't a that wasn't a plea for bits, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you, it's on. That's very nice of you. Very, very kind. Anyway, regarding the Toast video, like, things scale up very quickly, I guess, because the Toast video, I was very surprised by the sponsorship numbers he cited.
A wild bit drop appears.
Whoa, Pyro, thank you, man, for 100 bits. Sushi Maker says, my stupid Prime would work, I could get the common badge too. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know how to help you there. People cite that a lot as a problem. I wish I knew how to fix it. Because it's a common complaint. I know, getting stuff to work is hard sometimes. I hate it too, it's frustrating. The sponsor stuff shocked me on Toast's video. Like, when he cited things like, I don't know, like $1,000 an hour to play a sponsored game, I about lost it, guys. I was like, what? That sounds insane. Like, that was miles beyond any sort of scale I had considered or anticipated. I mean, that was a totally different world than I thought. So, I don't know. I haven't seen anything remotely similar to that. As far as sponsorship stuff is concerned. Which, I mean, clearly we're a different size of audience. Like, I get it. That's reasonable. But I didn't think it got that big. That shocked me. So, but, you know, on the same token, like, as far as... oh good, it'll have 3 health and I'll put it down to 1. Oh god! Why? No! That's the worst outcome. That's the worst. Oh man, I maybe should have played it safe. I am ruined, guys. That is a big boy. So $1,000 an hour to play a sponsored game. Yeah, that's even more than that, actually, is what Toast was citing. I haven't seen any data to support that yet. I'm not saying Toast is lying. It's just I've never seen anything remotely close to that similar. Like, even scaling it up, that didn't really make sense based on what I've seen in the past. So, like, if you take my numbers and you, like, the kinds of things I've seen offered, and if you scaled that up to Toast size, it would not extrapolate to that level, right? It would have been, like, a tenth of that. Or maybe more than a tenth of that. Maybe, I don't know. Probably more like a fifth of that. So that really shocked me.
Someone say sponsors. When I have lots of sponsors, I keep them in my handy Ridge wallet.
But at the same
Ridge wallet
time,
can hold a few cards, sponsors, and an entire Omen PC setup. Get yours today.
Pyro, yes, thank you. Speaking of sponsors, yes, Ridge Wallet has been very nice to me. Thanks to people like you, Pyro, who support it constantly. Guys, legitimately, if you want a Christmas gift, look at the link below the stream for Ridge Wallet. You'll at least check it out. It helps me if you check it out, even if you don't buy anything. Just going to look at it. It's certainly good for me. So they've been very kind and generous, but still the scale is totally different. But anyway, despite Toast's crazy sponsor numbers that I just couldn't hardly believe, which, I mean, I'm not actually saying they're illegitimate, just that I was shocked by it. His, like, kind of donation or bits number wasn't that high to me. I was like, oh, well, that's actually, I thought it'd be higher. I was shocked how few. I was shocked at the size of the numbers he reported for, like, bits and donations. I thought it'd be higher than it was. So it was a little bit of, you know, sponsors was like way more than I thought. Bits was a little lower than I expected. Or not just bits, but donations or whatever. And that's, I think, you know, probably indicative of the sorts of communities we're each fostering, right? Like the kinds of audiences and stuff. So I'm not, I guess, not crazy shocked by any of it. But anyway, I don't mind talking about this stuff. I don't really like sharing specific numbers as much. Some of it I can't because you're contractually bound not to. Speaking of which, as was Toast, he was not supposed to talk about Twitch Prime dollar values. Like, we're forbidden from discussing. We're really not even supposed to say what a bit is worth monetarily. Like, everybody knows, and it's obvious, but you're technically, via your Twitch partner contract, not supposed to talk about how much a bit is valued at. That's technically part of your contract. Everybody does. Everybody knows. It's no big deal. But that's actually how far it goes. Is he getting in trouble for that? I doubt it. I don't think anybody really cares that much. We're going to give him the darkness. And we're going to get Malagos. I've gotten it like every time but one, guys. We're getting pretty good at guessing that. Yeah, Sushi, my subs, I tell my subs all the time. We're at 1241 right now for subs. I go by sub points and not actual subs. Which benefits you guys when I do the giveaways and stuff. That's a higher total count. So the number of people is 1202 for subs. The number of points, which like tier 3 subs give more points and stuff. The number of points is 1241. And that's the number I always cite when we talk about our sub count and stuff. Speaking of subs, a River 0116, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. My God, welcome, welcome. That's incredible. Thank you, sir. That's so stupid. Why wouldn't they let you explain the values of currency? Like I said, they would. Nobody cares. It's just technically you're not supposed to. Although I heard that, like Toast cited, there's like a premium partner number that he referenced, like getting $3.50 per subscriber on Twitch. Like he put that in his video, which I had kind of heard rumors of that before, but I'd never heard it confirmed. That's like more than a normal Twitch partner gets. So there's like a separate tier that I guess he is a part of, as are other large streamers. And apparently that was even more protected knowledge than what I had seen previously. So I think that is the one that if he ever got any kind of stern talking to or something from Twitch, it might have been over that. Because like that was even secret to people like me. That was like a whole nother level thing. Yeah, exactly, Sushi. He said top tier streamers who average like 10K is I think what he described it as. Which I don't even know about that. So is the tier 3 sub worth 6 points? It is, my name, yeah. It's 6 points, yeah. And I don't know. We have 41 more. We have 39 more points than subs, so that's probably, you know, a handful of tier 2s and a few tier 3s, right? That constitute that difference. Alright, so I can play these, and that puts this down to 4. It doesn't work. I can play these, and that puts this down to 4, which would work to destroy this. And I think it is important we destroy that. As much as a Spiteful right now would feel good, getting the Fledgling going is also valuable, and denying that from doing things like getting cubed are very important. Yeah, that could help a little bit against flanking strikes and stuff. We'll try. Or Hunter's Mark later. How did the Toast vid come up? It's from months ago. Somebody was asking about how people make money on Twitch, and somebody else said Toast had a video talking about that. So we just started talking about it. I don't know. I didn't bring it up. If that's what you're getting at. I wasn't the originator of the conversation. Just sharing my knowledge and whatever I know that can intrigue people. Once again, I think actually buffing this guy is going to be stronger than going for the Spiteful here. We've been let down by the Spiteful too much, guys. I'm losing faith. Divine Shield is fine. Make it even harder to kill. Stealth, yeah. Let's do it, man. I'm going to tap and play the same thing anyway. All right. Can he deny all of this, right? Because we can, like, Leroy through taunts. We can Vicious Fledgling attack into something and then still attack face. All kinds of stuff. Spiteful is dead. Darkness candles. Oh, good point. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. We still have 2 candles. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. You get 4 drops. But you're right. It is worse than normal. Totally forgot about it. Good to think about. How does he stay alive here? Katharina into a Grizzly. Is that enough? Maybe. Probably not with Leroy, right? Because, no, it might still be enough. I would only do 12.
Well played.
The Undertaker ain't it. I'll tell you that. That ain't gonna do it. Pretty cool, but without a play dead. If you had a play dead, he could maybe kill this and look to be alive, but Leroy would seal the deal anyway. Vicious Fledgling is OP, guys. Story as old as time. But this deck is actually a little OP too. This deck right now, guys, we won 5 in a row, and then we've won a total of 7 out of 9. 78% win rate. Spiteful Warlock. I think it's actually pretty good. Let's play one more game. Let's get to 10 games. See if we can get to that 80% mark. Ritas, do you have a link for the Shaman deck you were playing last night? I haven't seen a video on YouTube, and I don't see it on your Hearthstone page. Not yet, Tralfaz, man. It'll be up eventually. I don't even have the code handy. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Katharina into Grizzly is not enough because you can kill the Grizzly with Fledgling Fungal. Yep. Well, it depends on whether it was Keleseth buffed, I guess, maybe. Right? Maybe not, though. Maybe we still had it. I don't think it was Keleseth buffed, right? So, either way, I think we were good. Yeah, Tralfaz, I'm sorry, dude. If you remind me, if you catch me right in between the games, I can maybe pull it up on screen for the screenshot, to be honest. That might be the best way to get it going. Okay, Despicable Dreadlord incoming, please. Despicable Dreadlord incoming, please. Dreadlord in 3, 2, 1. This is a pretty bad hand for this matchup. We really want Tar Creeper, Dreadlord. Fungomancer's terrible again. Oh no, we're gonna lose. Regardless, you won. We did. Yeah, that's a good win. I was pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. Hey, Distray! Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. My God. My God, thank you, sir. That's incredible. Welcome, welcome. We're at 1242 now on the sub count, which is still monumentally high, guys. I cannot believe how bad this hand is. Wow. I mean, Keleseth maybe helps a little, but it's probably too late. Honestly, I don't see how I swing back. He's going to kill me by the time any of this hits the field. This is like the worst. I don't know if it's possible to have a worse opening hand. What has happened? What is going on? I have 4 health right now. I'm dead. Obviously, I'm dead. What is going on? King GDD, hello. How's it going, dude? Hey, Tydoria. Billy Wild says, this is my hello to all your viewers. How awesome we are. I'm from Finland. Where are you from? And hello, Regis. You have laughed like Quagmire from Family Guy. So sexy. Thanks. Thanks, Billy Wild. That's nice. Did you like send me a friend request or something? I feel like maybe I just like accepted your friend request on Twitch or something, right? Like, I know I saw your name recently somewhere, but I don't know where. All right, good hand, guys. Great hand. That was quite the game to play. This game has not gone well. Yeah, we had a chance. We had a chance, but it didn't work. I mean, clearly we could have drawn double Void Walkers into Tar Creeper, into Chain Gang, into Dreadlord, and we would have stomped this game. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you sure it didn't work, Villa Wild? I feel like I saw your name pop up. Did you send me a whisper or something? I'm almost certain some level or another your name popped up on Twitch or somewhere for me, and that's how I saw your name recently. I'm sure of it almost. It must be. It has to be true. And there you go. That was the Spiteful Warlock. It actually worked fairly well. You know, Zoo does Zoo things, and Spiteful Summoner felt like it fit onto the end of that deck fairly well without compromising too much of the early game strength. Not to mention the fact that I think Demonbolt actually played pretty well sometimes with the Zoo style, just as its own card as that sort of cheap removal when you have 4 or 5 minions out. Becomes a pretty efficient tool. So I like this deck. I think it has some potential. Maybe some refinements here and there, as always, but nonetheless, I'm excited with how it turned out. That said, if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, of course, those go in the comments below. But until then, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, game on.